Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Rick. Welcome back to a brand new YouTube video. Hope you guys are having a good day. And I feel like everybody that is watching this video understands and realizes that Call of Duty is actually dying. Over the past 5, 6, 7, 8 years, maybe even longer than that, we have seen a steady decline in this franchise, but everyone is trying to figure out who and what killed Call of Duty. So I felt like the best thing to do was to watch this video from Andy Pants Gaming called Who Killed Call of Duty to see the entire history of what actually happened and why in the year 2025 people are more excited for Battlefield 6 instead of Black Ops 7. So make sure you guys go subscribe to him, hit the like button on his original video, but also hit the like button on this video. And I want you guys to comment your thoughts down below. What killed Call of Duty in your eyes? But other than that, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let's get into it.
Old COD was like this.
Do not stop shooting!
Oh my God.
No! Fire!
Where did this Call of Duty go, man? Where did this go?
New COD is like this.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, man. Seeing this broken down in this video is actually fucking pathetic. From 2005 to 2025, 20 years later, we have seen this franchise go absolutely just to the fucking way bottom, man. If you guys agree, smack that like button. Comment your thoughts down below. Just trash talk the shit out of Activision. Let them know how you truly feel, because this video is just exposing just, oh my God, what are we doing with Call of Duty, man? This is bad.
Call of Duty, in case you weren't paying attention, has become a complete joke. I personally ditched the game a while ago, but I think diehard fans have been hanging on the past few years, with Warzone 2.0 still able to hit 500,000 players back in 2022. But what has happened since Black Ops 6 came out 1 year ago is truly unique.
Guys.
There's been a complete collapse of the player base from within.
Good.
Huge COD streamers and content creators are just giving up. And
here's the thing with all of these videos that I've created, fully created, all these other content creators have created, talking shit about Call of Duty. None of us want Call of Duty to die. Let's make it very clear. We make these videos because we are sick and tired of seeing how bad the company that is running this is making this game. Like, it's very simple. The simple changes that we can make to save this franchise is get rid of cosmetics, fix the matchmaking algorithm, and actually put work into your content, meaning guns, maps, etc. But they refuse to do that. They only care about one thing, and that's money. And what makes them the most money? Battle passes and cosmetics. And they're not going to step away from that until we, as a community, step away and maybe play something more realistic, better, Battlefield 6.
Quitting the game in droves right now. I noticed Jev just completely quit playing the game. The player count has driven off of a cliff.
I don't know how
with
people
concurrent
still buy
player
this
numbers
shit
on
anyways.
Steam,
Like, how do you buy shit in
around
the store in an
60,000
FPS
since
shooter?
January.
But
it gets worse.
You can't even see
in May, Activision got busted for inserting ads into paid versions of Call of Duty. They backpedaled and call it a UI glitch.
That's not the first time they mentioned that or said that it was some type of error on their side. No, they're trying as many ways possible to make as much money as they can. The more they can shove it in your face, the more they can have little kids steal their parents' credit card and buy that shit. That's why they do this. Same thing happens with all these events where it manually, puts the stuff on your operator so you see it more, so you maybe buy it more. That's how it works.
Right. Beavis and Butthead and Seth Rogen skins show they've abandoned any pretense of this being a military game and have so little respect for us that they think we will leap at whatever retarded nostalgia bait they toss in our piggy trough. Black Ops 7's announcement last month, instead of generating hype, had the fan base letting out a heavy sigh with a historic amount of downvotes on the trailer. One user commented, "No matter what, there will be a bunch of Ninja Turtles and Teletubbies running around the maps. Might as well include them in the trailer next time." Also, them thinking they can buy you off with some cheap nostalgia bait always pisses me off, completely ignoring the fact this game is nothing like it was in 2005. Isn't it funny how on the cover art of the game, they're still leaning into this badass thing like, ooh, look, this new COD is going to be so gritty and intense. Boot the game up and there's 20 Barneys running around.
This game is made for children. It's made for children. It has SBMM to protect children. It has skins in the game that are meant for children. It has game modes that are meant for children. It has voice chat bans to protect children. The game is for fucking children. But for some reason, you have to be 17 years or older to buy it. Yeah.
So how do we get here, boys? How do we go from Call of Duty being the most successful military shooter of all time to Ninja Turtles running around with a pizza launcher as Activision desperately tries to squeak out one more dollar from you? Well, I think it's four major things that killed Call of Duty, and I want to explain each one in detail. Number one, cosmetics in Call of Duty used to be an indicator of player skill. Now, any cosmetic can simply be purchased with a credit card, and it has no meaning anymore. So this might blow some minds, but did you know in World at War in 2008, literally the only thing that showed off what a badass you were was this tiny little number right here and this tiny little icon right here, but people worked their ass off for these. The next year, MW2 added calling cards, which would show up in the kill cam whenever
This was the best time of Call of Duty. These calling cards were actually made by the creators themselves. It's not AI created bullshit, and it was challenges that you wanted to get so you can get that cool ass calling card, that cool ass emblem. Now it's all, what bundle has the best looking calling card? What bundle has the best fucking emblem? I don't know.
Player killed you. The best calling cards were only available for certain achievements, 100 headshots, 1,000 bomb defusals, things like that. Within a few years, gun camos started to be unlocked for incredible player feats. I remember diamond camo was the hardest to get in Black Ops 2. But if you ever saw the kill cam of somebody kill you with diamond camo, you thought, okay, I'm not so mad because that dude was a badass. So you see, back in the day, cosmetics in the game were limited, and what few cosmetics the game had were tied to player skill. You couldn't get the diamond camo unless you were a Giga Chad in Black Ops 2. In MW2, there was a calling card you could only get if you had called a nuke, aka you had gotten a 25 kill streak. You were showing off your skill and what a badass you were. How has this changed today? In modern Call of Duty, the best, flashiest, and
I'm glad he showed that right there. I mean, Call of Duty Ghosts maybe had some stuff, but Advanced Warfare is where they really started to see this boost of buying stuff for the game. They had those supply drops that you could get, and you get these, better guns, better skins from it. They saw how successful that was, and then that's where it all started to where now here we are today in 2025 in Black Ops 6, seeing every single day, it seems like, a brand new bundle that's like $30 fucking, half the price of the game almost. And every single day, there's a new one. New gun that's broken. Only if you buy it, though. If you use the normal version, it's not as broken. But if you get the blueprint for it, it's more broken. If you get the Terminator skin, can't fucking see you. You get an advantage in the game. That's how it works.
Most conspicuous items today are no longer tied to player skill. While yes, they technically still have a calling card for getting multiple nukes, the flashiest items are character skins, and these can all be purchased with a credit card. Nobody cares about your calling card when you're getting your ass beat by Nicki Minaj. Anybody with mom's credit card can become a Ninja Turtle or the guy from Saw or Nicki Minaj. In a word, cosmetics no longer have meaning or significance anymore.
100% true.
Now, why would Activision do this? Because at the end of the day, they don't care about gameplay. They just want to make as much money as possible. Most players are bad. Most players have no skill. But if I can pay $50 for a Rambo skin, maybe that's going to make me feel better that I'm
The Rambo skin was worth $50 fucking dollars?
bad at the game. I really miss this aspect of Call of Duty where your achievement in the game was attached to some kind of trophy that you could show off. But those days are long gone. Number 2, Call of Duty has completely killed its own atmosphere and become a joke. Do you ever look around at Gaypex, Fortnite, Call of Duty, 7 Gays to Die, etc., and just think, every game has become the same game?
Oh my
when I
God.
was growing up, you actually got different experiences from playing different games. Halo 3, Bad Company, and COD 4, despite all being first-person shooters, had completely different controls and were very different games. Call of Duty, despite being bombastic at times, was always known for its gritty, realistic military tone. The pinnacle of this was probably achieved in World at War. The ability to blow off limbs and heads and feet in World at War.
Dude, that game is absolutely insane. Where that has gone, I have no idea. Bring that fucking back. This game is meant for adults. Although it's meant for kids right now. It should be meant for adults. Bring that shit back. That was like prime Call of Duty.
Was truly unparalleled. Maybe the GameStop employee was looking the other way while your mom bought it for you in 2008. The game opens with a Japanese guard torturing an American POW by putting out a
This is when they actually cared about their stories.
You had soldiers screaming and crying out to God as they were burned alive with flamethrowers. At one point in the game, you wake up in a pile of corpses with the birds feasting on your flesh. Even the color grading of the game has much more muted, subdued tones compared to anything we would see today.
This is crazy.
World at War is a masterpiece. All right, so you finished the single player campaign. Now imagine in 2008, you boot up the multiplayer for World at War, and it looks like this.
Oh my God.
What indicates to me that Call of Duty might actually be collapsing as a brand right now is that the level of cartoony bullshit we are seeing in the game right now is something we've never seen before in the...
Let's make it very clear what all started this also. Yes, I was talking about supply drops in Call of Duty, but what made them start doing these cartoon type shit? Fortnite. Fortnite went off. They saw how successful Fortnite was. Now Call of Duty is now Fortnite 2.0, but first person wise.
23 years of this game's history. COD desperately needs to remember where it came from. It needs to get back to the basics.
They're not going to.
World at War had no cosmetics. The way your character looked would just change depending on your class, sniper, machine gunner, etc. Perks like stopping power and Juggernaut required some level of strategy.
Battlefield.
There were only 3 kill streaks: radio, mortar barrage, and of course dogs. Just the tone of the voice lines in the old CODs was totally different. Gary Oldman out here making me believe I'm in an actual war right now.
There! On the ledge! Shoot him!
I want to give credit to the Modern Warfare games, of course, as well. Modern Combat, terrorists, nukes, the Middle East, badass Spetsnaz soldiers, Russian military. I actually think MW2 is my favorite.
Oh my God, guys. Like, I'm telling you, the more I watch this, the more I start to realize that if they don't make a change either this year or next year at the latest, I'm not bullshitting you. It is actually the end. Like, anybody that thinks like, no, they're too big to fail. That's what Activision said. They're too big to fail. If anybody actually thinks that, you're as lost as all those other COD fanboys who still think this game is going to be better than Battlefield 6. You're fucking lost. Look at the fucking difference, man.
Campaign in the entire
series.
Look
at this.
There were times, of course, where the campaign was over the top, flying down a hill in snowmobiles with a one-handed SMG.
I don't care. That's
but there
badass.
Wasn't any goofy clown-ass bullshit in Modern Warfare. The games were badass. Fixing Call of Duty would mean killing all of the corny skins and characters and ridiculous trash that Activision has added to the game. And they make too much money off of this garbage. So guys, let's just accept that it's never going to happen. We simply have to find other games to play. I recommend Squad, Arma Reforger, Hell Let Loose, Insurgency Sandstorm, Ready or Not,
Battlefield 6,
etc. Number 3, Call of Duty needs to fix its skill-based damage modifiers and other SBMM trash that it added to the game since 2019. Do you ever notice that early on in the evening, COD puts you in easier lobbies, and as the night goes on, the game gets harder? That is 100% part of their algorithm. Here's another interesting patent that Activision filed for the game in 2017. Reading directly from the patent, the system may include a microtransaction, arrange matches to influence game-related purchases. For instance, the system may match a more expert/marquee player with a junior player to encourage the junior player to make game-related purchases of items possessed used by the marquee player.
What?
So first off, we know that Activision is filing some sketchy patents that have to do with matching certain players with other players to make them buy more stuff.
Are you serious?
Another thing that players discovered in the code recently is a modifier that adjusts how much damage bots do according to that player's kill-to-death ratio.
And people think there's no such thing as skill-based damage.
You can watch videos of it happening. So if you have a 0 kill-to-death ratio, you will do more damage to bots. If you have a 2.0 kill-to-death ratio, you'll do less damage to bots.
And I understand that's against bots,
wanted to know,
I guarantee
is this
it's probably
happening
in
with player damage?
Too.
One YouTuber tried to do this in a private match and wasn't able to produce any difference based on your KD, but then you find a ton of clips online of bogus treatment that begin to make you really ask what's going on.
Bravo!
Oh my God. Remember all that controversy? Now you don't see that anymore, though. You don't see that anymore, even though the servers are still dog shit, but you don't see that anymore. Maybe because they got caught.
That connecting to the server is involved every time there's a hit marker. Basically, your console has to connect to the COD servers and then relay back before it can confirm that there's a hit. But the amount of sketchy junk going on lately should raise red flags for all of us. You'll see players unloading 2 clips into somebody before they die. You'll see blood splatters and obvious hits with no hit marker. So all of this horrible netcode and manipulation of player lobbies and the amount of damage people are doing is just sketchy, and it's killing confidence that people used to have in this game that it was going to give them a fair experience. So what are we asking for here? I honestly think COD needs to revert back to like its 2017 era netcode. I remember getting mad that somebody was dropping a Huey on me in the original Black Ops, but there was never me just completely hitting somebody and it not registering shots. So in order to fix this, Call of Duty just needs to take out all of its current garbage netcode and rewrite it completely. I think this is the kind of junk that has made me never want to pick up Warzone again, and I hope they sort it out soon. All right, this is the last one. Number 4. As I've talked about in other videos, Call of Duty needs to remove all the woke girl boss garbage from these games. So I know the single player campaign is such a minor thing to Activision these days because people barely play it. But when you start the Black Ops 6 campaign and it has all these Latina girl bosses, all these gay characters, and all this trans garbage, it just doesn't fit with the original tone of the game at all.
Hey, we have nothing against those type of people. There's nothing against any of that stuff. Do what you want to do. We love and support you, but let's be fucking real here. Seeing shit go woke, you will go broke. And we're fucking seeing that in Call of Duty, in other, you know, companies, stuff like that. It's time to wake up and just get rid of that shit. Just fucking, let's be fucking real. Who goes to war? Men go to fucking war, like Navy SEAL, like everybody's like, dial it, just fucking dial me in, man.
You can get mad about it, but Call of Duty campaigns have always primarily featured men doing military stuff. There are virtually zero women in elite combat roles around the globe. It's like less than 1%. Boot up Call of Duty and you would think 50% of military PMCs are women.
That right there is just all you have to see. That picture right there with, come on, man.
It's ridiculous. Anyway, I'm not going to rant about the woke stuff in Call of Duty. You can see that stuff in my other videos, but I'm going to get out of here. So I think the only way they're going to fix COD is go back like 10 years, rewind the clock, and start over.
They're not going to do that.
Give us like 3 kill streaks. Give us a couple perks. Give us very limited and very realistic appearances for the different characters, appearances for the guns. Make the guns look correct. Don't just invent a bunch of retarded guns and put them in the game.
I love this guy's like reality,
let's be honest,
the way he talks.
Call of Duty isn't going to do any of that. They're never going to fix the game, and it's probably going to be like this until it dies. So our only hope right now is to seek out more realistic military games.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys agree with that, if you guys disagree with that, let me know in the comment section below. But man, let me tell you, seeing just how many people actually agree with the majority of the Call of Duty community is awesome to see. It's just confusing how Call of Duty, how Activision just somehow still refuse to make any changes. I don't understand it. I don't know if you guys understand it. Maybe, just maybe, with Battlefield 6, like I'm talking about, being so successful right now, and it will be very successful when it launches. I guarantee it, because it's so much fun to play. I'm literally can't wait to get off this video and go and play it right now on stream. But maybe this will make them change their mind. I don't know. Probably not going to happen, because like I said, there's still so many people out there that still buy this game or still buy these cosmetics. I don't understand that at all, but let me know what you guys think. Hit that fucking like button, subscribe. Shout out to my boy Andy over here. Great ass video, fucking hilarious. But I'm out of this bitch, man. Maybe Call of Duty can change. Probably not. If they don't, it's the end. Peace out, y'all.